All right, initiating monologue sequence. Topic, the agony of home improvement. Commence verbal articulation, home improvement. A phrase that strikes fear into the hearts of even the most stoic suburban dad. It starts innocently enough. You see a picture in a magazine, a perfectly organized garage, a gleaming stainless steel grill, a lush green lawn. You think, I can do that. You are wrong. First, there's the trip to the hardware store, a place where time and money cease to exist. You walk in for a single light bulb. You emerge 3 hours later, pushing a cart overflowing with tools you don't recognize and materials you don't understand. You've spent enough to buy a small island nation, and you still don't have the light bulb. Then there's the simple DIY project, like installing a ceiling fan. You think, how hard can it be? You watch a YouTube video. It looks easy. 3 steps. You follow the steps. The fan spins, but it also wobbles, like it's trying to escape. And there's a strange clicking noise. You realize you've wired it backwards. The fan is now generating a localized hurricane, and the light flickers like a haunted house. Next, there's the painting. You think, I'll just paint the bathroom. You buy the paint, the brushes, the drop cloths. You spend an entire weekend taping off the trim. You finally start painting. It looks like a toddler attacked the wall with a sponge. You realize you bought the wrong shade of white. It's now a shade of eggshell apocalypse. Then there's the plumbing, a leaky faucet. You think, I can fix that. You turn off the water, you disassemble the faucet, you find a rubber washer, you replace it, you turn the water back on. The faucet now sprays water in a perfect 360-degree arc. Your bathroom is now a water park, a very small, very wet water park. And don't forget the landscaping. You think, I'll just plant some flowers. You buy the flowers, the soil, the fertilizer. You dig the holes, you plant the flowers. 2 days later, they're dead. You discover you planted them in the shade. They require full sun. You've basically committed floral homicide. Then there's the garage organization. You think, I'll finally get this mess sorted. You buy shelves, bins, pegboards. You spend an entire weekend sorting tools. You realize you have 17 hammers and 23 screwdrivers. You still can't find the one you need. And the grill. You think, I'll clean the grill. You buy the grill cleaner, the wire brush. You scrub. You scrape. The grill now looks slightly less greasy, but the wire brush has disintegrated, and you've developed a blister the size of a small grapefruit. Then there's the gutters. You think, I'll clean the gutters. You climb the ladder. You scoop out leaves. You find a dead squirrel and a tennis ball and a half-eaten sandwich. You realize you haven't cleaned the gutters in 5 years. And the sprinklers. You think, I'll adjust the sprinklers. You turn on the water. You adjust the heads. You realize one of the heads is broken. It now sprays water directly into your neighbor's open window. They are not amused, and they have very loud opinions about water conservation. And finally, the home theater. You think, I'll install a surround sound system. You buy the speakers, the cables, the receiver. You spend an entire evening trying to figure out the wiring. You realize you've connected the speakers to the toaster. Your toast now announces the weather forecast. So, yeah, home improvement. It's a constant battle. A battle against tools, a battle against gravity, a battle against your own incompetence. But, it's all part of the suburban dream. The dream of spending every weekend fixing something that wasn't broken in the first place.